So as you know, the class always starts quite slow and then we build up. So no, we're not going to be starting in hero pose. We're going to start with this normal cross-legged position and then we're going to move into our hero pose. So blocks at the ready or books at the ready for that position. So just coming to seated and then just sitting up nice and tall with the shoulders down and away from the ears. I'm just going to close down the eyes. And just said this is an hour's class today, so if you do need to drop out earlier, that's fine. Just make sure you take a little shavasana for yourself. So coming to a cross-legged position with your hands onto your knees. Rolling your shoulders down and away from your ears and just closing down the eyes. Take a moment there, arriving in your practice. Letting the tailbone almost draw under slightly so that lower back lengthens. And then the crown of the head grows taller. And we'll just take a big breath in through the nose. And then a sigh out through the mouth. And again, take a big breath in through the nose. And a big sigh. Take one more big breath in. And a big sigh. And then seal the lips. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Another breath in. And a breath out. And just continue with that breath in and out of the nose. Great, let's just take one final breath here. And then we'll begin to move into our first yin posture, so our opening posture. So coming forward, we're going to move into our hero pose. So knees together, they can be slightly apart here if that's more comfortable. You want to sit your hips in between your heels. So you know that you're going to be here for about 2 minutes and making sure that it's quite comfortable. So if you need to, if this is too tight, pop yourself onto a cushion or a block or a book or something to make that a bit more comfortable. If you're quite comfy sitting on the floor and you have blocks, or even if you don't have blocks, there is the option. So first option, just rest here, hands on the thighs. Second option, maybe you can drop back onto your forearms. If you have blocks here, sometimes it's nice to place a block underneath your back and then one kind of really high, so then you can rest back onto your head onto it, just so it makes it a little bit more restorative. So our target muscle here is the front of our thighs, but just come to any position where you feel like you can hold it for about 1.5 minutes now. And then just close your eyes and try and settle in. It's fine if you need to wiggle around to try and get into a comfortable spot. Nice, and just breathe it here. So as I mentioned, we're going to be working with the air element today, which is all about the front of the body. So we're going to be working lots of back bends and heart openers. The beginning of our class is just a really slow start where we'll just open up those target muscles ready for our flow. So just continue to breathe into the front of the thighs. If you want to feel it more, you can really engage your glutes. That might just feel it more in the legs. Nice, just continue to breathe it there. About 30 more seconds in this pose. So just use this time to really arrive in your practice. This is going to be where your mind is going to wander off elsewhere. Think of those to-do lists. See if you can bring it back to your breath. Just taking a few more breaths here. Taking one more inhale. And then as you exhale, you're going to slowly make your way back up. So just gently come back out from wherever you are. That's it. And then come on forward, just slide your heels underneath your bum. Let's just reset the spine in a kneeling pose. Bring one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly. Close the eyes, 3 breaths. Take an inhale. And exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Take one more breath in. And then exhale, 3. Let's take it into our final yin opening posture. So we're going to come into a puppy pose. So hips above the knees. Start to walk your hands forward. You can open up your arms nice and wide if you want. Mount your forehead or your chest and your chin down to the mat. You can also rest your head on a block or a book here if you want to make it a little bit more softer. And just start to melt the chest down towards the mat. And so we've opened up the front of the thighs. We're now just going to open up our chest and shoulders, ready for our back bends. And I want this to be quite an active puppy pose. So try and get your arms as straight as you can and really push down those palms into the mat. And every exhale, you just melt your chest a little bit closer towards the mat. Great, you're about halfway there. We've just got 30 more seconds or so. Continuing with that breath, just breathing in and out of your nose whilst you melt your chest down towards the mat. Great, last couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, if you're not already, start to gaze forward, push onto your forearms, and then just snake your hips all the way forward so they drop down. You find yourself in your Sphinx pose. Push your palms down. Almost imagine you're trying to pull your elbows back towards you as you lean your chest forward and up. And then release. Hands underneath the shoulders. Just quickly push the hips back to your heels. Just one breath in your child's pose. And then move it into your tabletop. Couple of cat and cows when you get here. Inhale to drop the belly open through the chest. Exhale, round through the spine. And again, inhale, up, drop the belly open through the chest. And then exhale to round. Lovely. Then find your tabletop, tuck your toes, lift your hips and come into that first downward dog. And invite some movement into your downward dog. That's it. Shake the head a little bit, release those shoulders, and then find some stillness. Great, we're going to start with our first round of Mandala. So as you inhale, lift your right leg high. And as you exhale, bend your knee and open through your hip. Then inhale, re-extend your right leg, gaze forward. And as you exhale, imagine you're trying to scorpion your foot towards your head and then step your foot in between your hands. Now inhale, rise up, find a high lunge. And as you exhale, circle the hands to clasp behind the back. Now as you inhale, soften your back knee, push your hips forward, open through your chest. And as you exhale, weight into the right foot, pick up your left foot into your toppling tree pose. Now inhale, try and lift your chest, try and lift your foot a little bit higher. And as you exhale, control that left foot back into your warrior two legs. Great, left hand down, inhale, reverse your warrior. And then as you exhale, travel towards the back of the mat, frame your left foot and drop your right knee. Nice, now inhale, reach your arms back and then all the way up through a lunge. And as you exhale, frame your left foot and step it back through a vinyasa. Through a cobra or an up dog. And then back into downward dog. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lower your knees down towards the mat. We come into that puppy second round. Slide the hands forwards. But this time we're going to gently move. So as you inhale, slightly round through the upper back. And then exhale, melt the heart. So inhale, it's a really small movement round. And then exhale, melt it down. Once more, inhale, round. And then exhale, melt it down. Gaze forward, start to slide all the way forward. Find your Sphinx pose. Inhale, lift your chest. And then exhale, release. Send it back into your downward dog. Great, taking a breath in. And a breath out. So it's exactly the same leg, exactly the same thing coming back. So inhale, the right leg lifts. As you exhale, bend your knee open through your hip. Inhale, re-extend the right leg, gaze forward. And as you exhale, scorpion the foot as you step it in between the hands. Now inhale, rise up, high lunge. And as you exhale, circle the hands behind, clasp them behind the back. Then inhale, squeeze your palms open through your chest, maybe soften your back knee. And as you exhale, weight into the right foot, pick up that left foot. Then inhale, lift your chest, lift your foot a little bit higher. As you exhale, control that left foot back, drop the heel. Then inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm up and back. And as you exhale, rotate to the front, drop your right knee. Inhale, scoop the arms behind and up. And as you exhale, frame the left foot, step it back through your vinyasa. Through your cobra or up dog. And then exhale, back into downward dog. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lower your knees down towards the mat. From here, inhale, right arm lifts. And as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left arm, come onto your right ear. Then lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring it behind the back. Head for that inner right thigh and pull that left shoulder open. Just one breath here. And then exhale, release the left hand down, push into the left palm. Inhale, unwind, reach. And then exhale, release. Start to tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog, second side. Inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Now inhale, re-extend, gaze forward. And as you exhale, scorpion the foot as you step it in between the hands. Rise up, find a high lunge as you inhale. And as you exhale, circle the hands behind to clasp behind the back. Then inhale, roll the shoulders open, soften the back knee. And as you exhale, weight into the left foot and pick up your right foot. Then inhale, lift the leg, lift the chest a little higher. As you exhale, control that right foot down, drop the heel. Now inhale, reverse, right hand down, left hand up and back. And as you exhale, spin towards the back of the mat, drop your left knee. Inhale, reach the arms back and up. And as you exhale, frame the right foot, step it back through your vinyasa. And then back into your downward dog. Lovely, take a breath in. And then exhale, lower your knees down towards the mat. This time we're going to drop onto our forearms. Keep your hips above the knee. I'm going to try and cat and cow from here. So as you inhale, drop your belly open through your chest, gaze forward. And then exhale, round through the spine, draw the belly in. And again, inhale, drop the belly open through the chest. And then exhale to round. Once more, inhale, drop the belly open through the chest. And then exhale to round. And then just push into the palms, lift the elbows off, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into downward dog. Let's work our way back, left leg, inhale, lift high. And as you exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Inhale, re-extend the left leg, gaze forward, and as you exhale, scorpion the foot as you step it in between the hands. Rise up, find your high lunge, and then exhale, circle the hands behind to clasp. Inhale, squeeze the palms, lift open through your chest. And as you exhale, weight into your left foot, pick up your right foot. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your foot a little higher. And then exhale, step that right foot back. Now reverse, right hand down, left hand up and back. And as you exhale, spin to the front of the mat, frame the right foot, drop the knee. Inhale, reach the arms back and up. And as you exhale, frame your right foot, step it through your vinyasa. And back into your downward dog. Starting to feel that spine open up. Now let's drop our knees down to the mat. Let's take that rotation on the left. So left arm, inhale, lifts. And as you exhale, thread the left hand through, come onto that left ear. Inhale, the right arm lifts. And as you exhale, bring it behind the back. Roll that right shoulder open. Take an extra breath. And then exhale, place the right hand down, push into the palm. Inhale to unwind. And then exhale, release. Start to tuck your toes, lift your hips, come into your downward dog. Great, let's gaze forward, lift the heels, soften through your knees. Step, float or walk your way forward to the front. Find a halfway lift when you get here. And then exhale, fold. Tiptoe your feet hip distance apart if they're not already. Inhale, rise to standing, reach tall. And then as you exhale, bring your hands behind your back. They're coming onto your lower back with your fingertips facing up. Now really engage your inner thighs and your glutes and your core and start to push your hips forward so those hands are almost there to encourage you up and out of your lower back. Pull your elbows together. Maybe the head drops back. If you're comfortable here, you might be able to drop those hands back onto the thighs and bend your knees, but don't let your lower back fall in. Keep pushing those hips forward. And then wherever you are, pull yourself back up. Inhale, the hands reach, lift tall. And as you exhale, lean forward out of that lower back and then forward fold over the legs. Take opposite hand to elbow and just gentle sway from side to side. Release that back. Great. Bring your hands to your shins, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, fold, step or float through a vinyasa or skip it and go straight to downward dog. Great. From here, second round, right leg lifts as you inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your knee open through your hip. Now, hold it here. Step your hands back, just maybe about a step so that your left heel is flat on the mat. Now, turn your left heel outwards so your toes are in slightly. Option one, stay here. Option 2 is to reach your right hand towards the back of the mat, so your fingertips come to the back of the mat. Option 3 is to maybe see if you can reach that right hand back towards the right foot. And then maybe try to kick the foot into the hand as the option to follow that gaze forward. It's a tricky pose, so just have a little play around here. Take one more breath wherever you are. And then exhale, right hand back down again. Turn that left heel back in. So the right leg stays lifted as you inhale, gaze forward. And as you exhale, scorpion the foot as you step it in between the hands. Inhale, rise up, find a high lunge. This time as we exhale, we're going to cactus the arms, soften the back knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, cactus. Try and push your hips forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, cactus. Now inhale, the hands lift. As you exhale, clasp your hands behind the back to our flow. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And as you exhale, lean forward, weight into that right foot, pick up your left foot. Now inhale, open your chest, lift your leg. And as you exhale, control the left foot as you step it back. Now inhale to reverse, right arm up and back. And as you exhale, frame your left foot, drop your right knee. Inhale, arms scoop up and back. And as you exhale, frame your left foot, step it back through a vinyasa or skip it and go to downward dog. Alright, when we get back, let's start to lift the heels and round forward, come into a high plank position. When we come into our high plank, let's lower ourselves down onto the mat as slowly as we can. Great. When you get to the floor, bring your fingertips to kind of the back of your ears with your elbows out to the sides. Push your pelvis and the tops of the feet into the mat, and as you inhale, see if you can peel your chest off. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, peel it up. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, peel it up. This time we hold it here. Maybe those feet can lift off the mat too. Keep lengthening, keep reaching for 3, 2, and 1. Release, hands underneath the shoulders. Let's push the hips back to the heels and just take a little child's pose. Release that lower back for a second. Maybe wiggle from side to side if that feels good. Great, then let's come on forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and come into our downward dog. Great, second side, right leg coming back. So inhale, the right leg lifts. This time as we exhale, we'll bend the knee and open up through the hip. Now we can stay or maybe flip into your wild thing. So let that right foot drop down towards the mat. Lift that right arm up. So we're flipping all the way over. So keep lifting through the hips, lifting through the chest, and then we'll come back the way we came in. So right hand down. Inhale, the right leg lifts, and as you exhale, scorpion the foot and step it in between your hands. We're back to our flow. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. And as you exhale, circle the hands behind and clasp. Inhale, squeeze your palms. This time you're going to hold it here in that nice opening. So really engage your glutes. Think about drawing your tailbone under as you push those hips forward. Soften the back knee if you want. That'll give you a bit more opening through the upper body. Nice, we've got another breath in. And then as you exhale, lean forward into the right foot. Pick up that left foot, toppling tree pose. Inhale, open your chest, lift your leg higher. And as you exhale, step your left foot back, drop your heel. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And then exhale, frame your left foot at the front of your mat, drop your right knee. Inhale, sweep the arms back and up. And as you exhale, frame your left foot, vinyasa, or you can skip it. Take it through your cobra or your up dog. And exhale, we're back into our downward dog. Let's take a big breath in. And then a big breath out. Now we've got options. So you can stay down dog for 5 breaths. If you want a rest, take child's pose. Otherwise, if you are still full of beans, feel free to come with me, dropping your forearms down. I'm going to hold in a dolphin for 5 breaths. So whatever you fancy, let's come into that position. So if you're in your dolphin pose, we're really pushing into those forearms and we're trying not to let the shoulders collapse. So just keep pushing that ground away. We've got 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. And then exhale. Let's drop our knees down to the mat. Come up to kneeling. Place 1 hand on the belly, 1 hand on the heart. Close the eyes. Take a breath in. Big sigh out. Close the lips. Inhale. And then exhale through the nose. Great, let's come on forward. Tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog, we're coming into our second side on the left. So left leg, inhale, lifts high. As you exhale, bend your knee open through your hip. Hold it there. Now walk your hands in a bit so that right foot can go flat. Now turn your heel out, so your toes are slightly in and your heel is out. Option 1, stay there. Option 2, reach your left fingertips almost back towards the back of the room. So you're just holding onto your fingertips. Great. Option 3, maybe you reach back for that left foot. And you hold, and then if you've got the foot, you can kick it into the hand. Maybe take your gaze forward so you open through your chest at the same time. All right, then wherever you are, let's bring that left hand back. Inhale, the left leg re-extends, and as you exhale, scorpion the foot, step it in between the hands. Inhale, rise up, high lunge. And as you exhale, cactus the arms, open your chest. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. And then inhale, lift back to our flow. Exhale, reach the hands behind, clasp them together. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And as you exhale, weight into your left foot and pick up your right foot. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the foot a little bit higher. Exhale, step that right foot back, drop the heel. Now inhale to reverse. And as you exhale, frame the right foot at the back of the mat, drop your left knee. Inhale, the arms reach back and up. And as you exhale, frame the right foot, step it back through your vinyasa. And all the way back into your downward dog. Take a breath in. And then a breath out. Let's lift the heels, come forward, find a high plank position. And then once again, as slow as you can, lower yourself to the mat. If you need to use your knees, that's fine. Great. If for any reason you're not feeling back bends, feel free to skip this next one. Otherwise, I'm going to take it a little bit deeper. So we're going to bend up the feet. Reach the hands around for the feet or the ankle, whichever one you fancy taking. And then as you inhale, start to kick the feet into the hands and see if you can lift your knees and chest off the mat. Now try not to hold your breath here. Keep breathing, keep lengthening. You've got 1 more breath in. And then exhale, release. Great, hands underneath the shoulders, Gently send the hips towards your heels, take a child's pose and release your lower back. So breathe it there. Let's take a water there. Voice is going. Take one more breath in. And then a breath out. Let's come on forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog. Second side, that left leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. And as you exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Now stay there or wild thing. Keep leaning over to that right hand side as you drop the left toes. Left hand picks up as you lift the hips and you open through your chest. Nice. And now bring your left hand back the way you came in. See if you can pick up that left foot. Inhale. And then exhale, scorpion the foot as you place it in between the hands. Rise up, high lunge. And then exhale, circle the hands, clasp them behind the back. We're going for that hold. Start to squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open now. Engage your glutes, push your hips forward. Maybe the back knee is soft. Almost squeeze those arms away from you. Taking one more breath in. And then as you exhale, come forward, weight into that left foot, pick up your right foot. Inhale, open up a little bit more. And then exhale, step your right foot back. Reverse your warrior inhale. And as you exhale, frame your right foot, drop your left knee at the front. Inhale, circle the hands behind and up. And then exhale, vinyasa or straight to downward dog if you don't want to do any more vinyasas. Lovely. Take a full breath in and a big sigh out. All right, 5 breaths, same thing. Down dog, child's pose, puppy pose, or second round of your dolphin. So if you're with me, we drop our forearms, we walk those feet in as far as we can. You can hold, or we can go for some nose taps. So as you inhale, try and tap your nose towards your thumbs, and then exhale, push back up. Inhale, tap the nose, and then exhale, push it up. 2 more. Inhale, tap. And then exhale, push it up, final round. Inhale to tap. And then exhale, push it up. Well done. Let's drop those knees down. Come to kneeling, bring one hand to the heart, one hand onto the belly. Sometimes kneeling just keeps the energy up more than child's pose. I just prefer to take this. So let's take a big breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out. Close the lips, inhale. And then exhale through the nose. Great. Let's come forward, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Downward dog, we're going to close off that second round. So gaze forward, lift the heels, soften through your knees. Step, walk or float your way forward. Come into your halfway lift. And then exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to standing lift tall. And then exhale, palms through to the heart center. Great. Now as you inhale, hands out to the sides, palms face down. Exhale, gather the hands over your heart. And as you inhale, reach the hand up. And then as you exhale, think about reaching forward out of those hips and then fold over. Just hang out here in your fold for a second. Let that lower back release. Let the head release. And then we'll take a little halfway lift to inhale. And as you exhale, step or float through a vinyasa or go straight to your downward dog. All right, this is our third and final round. So we're going to change it up again. So as we inhale, the right leg lifts. And then exhale, we just bend the knee open through the hip. Then inhale, re-extend, gaze forward. As you exhale, scorpion the foot and step it through. Now inhale, rise up, high lunge. And as you exhale, circle the hands behind to clasp. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And as you exhale, weight into that right foot. Pick up your left foot, here's the change. As you inhale, soften that right knee, so bend it. And then exhale, re-straighten. Inhale, bend. And then exhale, re-straighten. Once again, inhale to bend. And then exhale, re-straighten. Then just inhale, try and get that foot and chest a little bit higher. Exhale, step the left foot back. Great. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And then exhale, frame your left foot, drop your right knee. Inhale, reach the arms behind and up. Exhale, vinyasa. Nice. Make sure those glutes are squeezing in your back bend. Starting to do a lot of work for that back now, so it might be starting to get a bit tired, so just make sure you're protecting it. All right, instead of a back bend here, we're going to come into a little bit of a quad opener. So as you inhale, the right leg lifts. And then exhale, step your right foot outside of your right hand. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Now tiptoe that right foot out to the side. And then start to reach that right arm forward and then all the way back behind you. Roll to the outer edge of your right foot, drop your hips. Now if you can, left foot bends. Take hold of that foot with the hand and then start to kick the foot back into the hand so you really open out through your chest here. So there is a bit of a back bend going on. If you can't reach the foot, just reach that hand back. Lovely. So just get that nice opening. Another breath in. And then exhale. Gently release the foot, right hand back down, step it back. And find your downward dog. Final side on our right, we come back. Inhale, the right leg lifts. And as you exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Inhale, re-extend, gaze forward. And as you exhale, scorpion the foot, step it in between the hands. Rise up, high lunge as you inhale. And then exhale, circle the hands behind to clasp. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And as you exhale, weight into the right foot. Pick up your left foot. This time we're going for a hold. So just try and find your balance here. Keep lifting that left leg. Now, option here to release your index fingers, so point them back. And then try and bend up your left foot. And you're not grabbing it, but try and touch your fingers to your ankle, your toe, whatever you can touch. So you're really going to be working that quad there. Nice. Now re-extend if you bent it in, inhale. And then exhale, step that left foot back. Great, reverse, right arm up and back. And then exhale, frame the left foot, drop your right knee. Inhale, scooch the arms back and up. Then exhale, step it back through your vinyasa. Through your cobra or an up dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Lovely. Let's just take a full breath in here. And then as we exhale, we're just going to drop the knees down. We're just going to take a little rest. So bring one hand to the heart, one hand onto the belly, close the eyes. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Big sigh through the mouth. Then seal the lips, inhale. And then exhale. All right, let's come forward. Final side on our left. So same thing, just moving through that left leg. As we inhale, left leg lifts. As you exhale, bend the knee open through your hip. Then inhale, re-extend, gaze forward. And as you exhale, scorpion the foot as you step it between the hands. Rise up, find a high lunge. And as you exhale, circle the hands behind and clasp them together. That's it. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open. And as you exhale, weight into that left foot, pick up your right foot. Now we pulse. Inhale, bend the left knee. And then exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And then exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Then inhale, lift the chest, lift the foot a bit higher. As you exhale, step the right foot back, drop the heel. Reverse your warrior as you inhale. Exhale, frame your right foot at the back of the mat, drop your left knee. Inhale, circle the hands behind and up. Then exhale, frame the foot, vinyasa or straight to downward dog. All right, let's take that quad stretch. So the left leg lifts. And as you exhale, left foot to the outside of the left hand, let's drop the right knee down. Tiptoe the left foot out and out to the side a little bit. Start to reach your left hand forward, and as you reach it behind you, roll to the outer edge of your left foot, and then maybe bend up the right foot and catch it. Once you catch the foot, try and kick the foot back into your hand so it forces you to really open up that chest there. Nice, keep the glutes squeezing. Keep opening up through the body. One more breath in. And then exhale, release. Left hand down, step it back and find your downward dog. All right, full breath in. Let it all go. Final side, left coming back. So left leg, inhale, we lift. Exhale, bend the knee, open through your hip. Now inhale, re-extend. As you exhale, scorpion the foot and step it in between the hands. Rise up, high lunge, inhale. Exhale, circle the hands behind to clasp. Inhale, squeeze the palms, roll the shoulders open, and then as you exhale, weight into that left foot and pick up your right foot. You're going for that hold. So you can just stay here, breathing, or release your index fingers, start to bend your right foot in. See if your fingertips might touch any part of the foot. And keep squeezing that knee in, feel that quad working. One more breath. And then straighten the leg, inhale here. Exhale, step that right foot back. Ooh, it's a lot of work on those thighs. And as we inhale, let's reverse. And then exhale, frame the right foot, drop the left knee. Inhale, circle the hands behind and up. Exhale, frame the right foot. Vinyasa if you want it. And then back into your downward dog. Great. From here, let's drop to our knees. I'm going to set up for our camel pose. This is going to be our last bit of back bending. So if for whatever reason this doesn't feel good, feel free to skip it and take a child's pose instead. If not, it should be nice and warm and quite open. So we're just going to do our prep one first. So have those hands just holding on to the top. You can also have your fingertips facing up the back as we did standing. That might encourage you to lift up and out of the lower back. So activate every part of your lower body, including your core. Start to push your hips forward. As you lean your chest, think about lifting up and then back, and then pull those elbows back. Maybe the head drops back. This is as far as we're going for the first one. And then pull yourself engaged, bring everything back up. And then sit the hips to the heels, reset. Great. Hands onto the thighs this time, just close the eyes. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Just breathe. Great. Now we come into one more round, so you can do exactly the same as we've just done. You can do the version where you drop back for your heels, have your toes tucked under. If you have blocks and you can't reach your heels, you can place your blocks there, because that will obviously make it a lot more accessible. So go for whichever version you want to, or skip. And then as you inhale, start to lift up and out, activate your lower body. Keep pushing those hips forward. Maybe one hand drops back for your heel. Maybe the other hand drops back. Maybe you lean those hips forward as you allow your head to drop back, and just keep thinking about pushing those hips forward. Opening through your chest. You've got one more breath. And then make sure you engage, come back the way you came in. So head up first, one hand to the hip, other hand come all the way up, and then release. All right, back bending is done. Let's start to just release that forehead really gently towards the mat, and release your hands by your heels. Just allow that lower back to let go. If you want to gently wiggle from side to side, you can. Let's reach the arms forward. Just going to close off that final round. So coming into your downward dog once again. And then we'll just gaze forward, start to lift the heels, soften through the knees. Step, float or walk your way to the front. Find a halfway lift, inhale. And then fold as you exhale. Inhale, rise to standing, reach tall. And then exhale, palms through to the heart center. Just tiptoe those feet hip distance apart. Inhale, hands out to the sides, palms down. And then exhale, gather the hands at the heart. Now inhale, just reach the hands up, don't lean back. Then as you exhale, fold over the legs. Start to soften through your knees, bring opposite hand to elbow. Come into your ragdoll. Let's give that lower back a release. Gently sway from side to side. That's it. And then release your hands down. Take a little halfway lift, find some length. And as you exhale, just plant the hand, step it back into your downward dog. We'll just take a full breath in and then a full breath out. From here, right leg lifts. We're just going to slow it down. Exhale, right foot steps in between the hands. Great, and now just slide that left knee forward. So you plant the left knee on the outside of the right foot, and then come to sit those hips down onto the mat. So we're going to twist it out now. So right hand on the floor behind you. Inhale, the left arm lifts. Exhale, left elbow outside of that right thigh. Take your twist. Just be mindful of your back. You've done a lot of back bending, so it might be feeling a little bit delicate. Great, just finding a nice deep twist there. Lengthening as you inhale and then twisting as you exhale. Great. Take a little counter twist, opposite direction. Just rinse it out there. And then release. From here, we're just going to straighten out the legs. We're going to take a forward fold for our lower back. So try not to hold on to anything. Just reach the arms forward and just allow the head to just melt down. You can really round it here. This is more for the back. A couple more breaths. Come on up. Let's just cross the feet, roll forward, step into your downward dog, and we will switch out the sides. So that left leg lifts as you inhale. And as you exhale, step the left foot in between the hands. Weight into that left foot and just slide so that right shin comes to the outside of the left foot. Push your hips back so you come into your seat. Left hand on behind you, inhale, right arm lifts up. And then exhale, find that deep rotation through the spine. Nice, and just try and soften through your shoulders here. You can close the eyes, you can. All that lovely heat you've created, we're just going to use that now to help us twist a bit deeper. We've been working our air element today, now we're just moving into our fire element. So we're just going to go into twists and core. And then let's just take a little counter pose over to that right hand side, rinse it all out. And then come back into center. Both legs are going to go straight now. Now we're going to take a forward fold for the hamstrings this time. So lift up the fleshy bits of the bum. As you inhale, reach the arms up, find some length. And then exhale, leaning forward just as far as you can here. If you do have a block at home, a nice version for this is to place a block by underneath your feet and just hold it over. Just encourage you to flex those feet a bit more. Nice, just giving your body that time to find some length. Really stretching the back of the legs, back of the knees. You've got one more inhale. And then exhale, release. All right, keep your legs straight, make sure you've got enough room on the mat behind you. Reach the arms forward and then start to roll yourself coming down onto the mat. All the way onto your back, and we'll just take 2 twists on either side to finish. So bend up your left foot, place it on the floor, and then just cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Open up your hands to a T and then just allow those knees to drop to your left hand side and drop your gaze over your right shoulder. You are in your eagle pose here, so anyone that does want to double wrap the legs, there is that option there if you want to take that twist even deeper. Or if you just want to hang out and chill for the last minute, you can. Start to close down the eyes now and just start to make your exhales a little bit longer than your inhales. Enjoy the feeling of that twist, that rinse out of the spine after all that back bend work. We've got one more breath in. And then slowly come back in towards centre. And we'll switch the sides. So the right thigh is flat, the right foot is flat, left thigh crosses over the right thigh once, or maybe you go for that double wrap. And then just drop your knees to the right. Just allow the left hand to fall onto the mat. Allow the gaze to drop over that left shoulder and just breathe into that twist. Last few breaths here, last little rinse out. towards center. Alright, just gently hug those knees in, squeeze them in towards the chest, maybe gently rock, feel that lower spine rinse out. Take one more breath in and then work into your Shavasana. So you can take your normal Shavasana, or sometimes after we've been back bending that might not feel so good, so second option is to have your feet out to the edges of the mat and just allow your knees to drop inwards. Take whichever option feels good. And then just upper body just relaxes, lower body relaxes. Feel the spine that you've been working stuck to, really. So first focus on the lower spine. Let that soften. And then that middle part of your back that's going to be in touch with the floor. Let that relax. And then finally, your upper back and your shoulders. Let them just melt into the mat. Just keep softening all that energy you've created, all that heat that you've built up. Bring it right back down. When you're ready to come back out, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Give your head a gentle nod from side and to side. For this one, we just might want to draw those knees back in towards the chest again. Curl yourself into a little ball just to release that lower back once more. And then you can either roll to one side or take a few rock and rolls up the length of the spine and just take a few breaths working your way back to seated. And then when you get back to seated, just see if you've found a little bit more length through the spine throughout that class. Push your palms together at your heart center. Let's take one final deep breath in. And then let it go. Great. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your forehead. Bow your head down towards the ground. Namaste. Great. Well done.